of December, nearly close to Christmas, and yeah, things are I hit that fast. So look, I hope you're doing extremely well today. Excuse me, because I am currently away. So basically, I'm just trying to have to move around to basically make things seem like they're normal when they're not. I just dropped my jacket on the floor. So look, just having to let's start this again, shall we? I'm JB, this is the United Devil channel. I am currently away in Norway, sorry, in Finland. I do get those things confused because at the end of the day, it's pretty much all the same place. So look, I hope you're all doing extremely well this Friday, the 19th, nearly Christmas, and yeah, things are good. So I am basically away currently. Yeah, in this amazing place. So, but look, guys, you know, I'm indoors today. I'm in my United shirt on tour. As it was, this is such an amazing place. The first thing to basically say is, look, get into this chat, get into this amazing community. Let me know if you can hear me, because there's so many things happening around me. Let me know first of all you can hear me. I'd love to know. I'm going to have to put my hand over my ear just to let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. The first thing to say is, look, get into this amazing. Yes, you are DJ. You are first in. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know that if you can hear me, because I don't fancy standing outside in the freezing cold again. But look, yeah, it's nice to be back with you. It's the first show in the last 2 days. Am I? No, I'm not. No. I am glad I'm not. Yeah, certainly I'm not. So the first thing to say, look, getting into this amazing community. Yes, I am. I am from the UK, but I'm not currently there. I'm away in Lapland with the kids. So look, guys, let me know. This is an amazing view. This is an amazing, fantastic view. Look, guys, get into the chat. The first thing I'm going to say is, look, be respectful as you possibly can to the community. Be respectful to me, and be respectful to obviously I knew that you are British because of your accent. Well, I think that gives it away. I'm just going to say, I think my accent gives it away a bit. DJ, I love it, my friend. Look, the first thing to say, look, be respectful to the community, be respectful to me, be respectful to the chat. Otherwise, the ban hammer comes out, and we will ban you, or I will ban you, and I've got no problem in doing that at all. Second thing to say really is that I'm not a dictator of the chat. This is why these shows take so long, is because I really do read out all your chats, and that is what we basically do on here. So look, I've not been on for a couple of days. Look, let me see. Want to see United Kingdom? Who looks like this? This is Finland. Hold up, down. I'm still mixing. Can't hear Robin just a sec. Look, basically, I'm not in England right now. I'm away. So you know, I am away at present in the land of Santa Claus. But look, you know, what I want to really hear really is your is the United stuff this week. Hey, love your channel. I opened my own business today. It's our ice cream van. Can you give a shout out? It's called No, I can't do that. Absolutely not. But nice try though. I might be away, but I'm still not stupid, so good luck with that one. Dino says, hi JB. Mate, look, it's fantastic. Look, mate, it's absolutely amazing. It's just fantastic. But look, I've got some time tonight. We are 2 hours ahead here, so you know, I just thought I would do a show tonight. Look, we're going to go over the press conference stuff tonight. Now, I'm going to say this, Liverpool fans, look, what I'm going to say is we don't mind banter on here, absolutely. there's bantery, as you like, as long as you're respectful to the chat. We don't care. So look, hopefully you can just hear me this song. You have a Korean accent. I don't. My accent's weird because I'm basically just coming into this warm place because I'm away. So I don't really even for Wales. Paul, Swansea Villa legend. We play Villa on Sunday. Paul, I'm not looking forward to it. But we can talk about the game as well. I've made some notes, and you know what is. So normally I make notes. I've got like a little book and that sort of stuff. And I normally make notes in a book, right? But because I'm away, I've basically made notes on a napkin. So basically those are my notes. So I want to talk about the conference today. I want to talk about the presser. I want to talk about Kobbie Mainoo as well. The press is absolute. The press obsession with Kobbie Mainoo. United are not a good team for us. Look, Paul, mate. I mean, look, Villa haven't lost at home for 30 odd games. I wouldn't be concerned. I wouldn't be concerned. And I can hear you now just turn off my mixers. Look, yeah, hopefully, because I'm sort of having to do this cat-handed as it was. But look, I mean, I like a team. I like the team you were. Yeah, legend, absolute legend. I made sure that I packed this in my bag because I was always going to do a stream. Paul says we should win, but yeah, you probably should win. You definitely 100% should win. Hopefully you finish that top half of the Serie season. Look, thanks mate. Look, I do hope that we, well, I've predicted 8 from 10, so let's see what happens there. But look, I wanted to go over the conference today. Let's go through that. Also as well, I've kind of have to admit that the Semenyo thing, it looks like it is probably on Ashes. Thanks mate. Thanks, buddy. This is. I love this jersey. Probably one of my favourites. Opie says hi. Hello, my friend. You look like a City player. I think I'm. No. So you kind of have a London accent. It's because you are a glory hunter. Stephen Moore, legend. No, mate. No. I've been supporting this club since 1988. Stephen, my friend. So yeah, I was 4 or 5 when I first started supporting the club. So back in the days when we were shit, basically. So no, my friend. I know people of a certain age get tired with that brush, but look, it doesn't really matter, does it? You look a bit depressed. No, I'm sort of tired. Basically today, before I go into the conference, mate, I've been climbing up a mountain today. I've literally been dragging the kids up the side of a mountain. I've basically been out in the snow today. Look, the snow out there. I've been up and down a mountain today. I've been looking at huskies today as well. So I've been. When did you get back, JB? I get back on Monday. I'm back on Monday, basically. So I get back. I supported Chelsea since I was 8 years old. Now I'm 56, says Stephen. Look, mate. Look, look. To me, it doesn't really matter when you support a team. I think to me, it's more important that when you stick with your team through thick and thin, right? So. Thanks, mate. Crying all the way home. Through thick and thin. Exactly, mate. Exactly that. Through thick and thin, and mostly right now it's just really thin. So look, let's go through the press conference. I'm gonna have to talk about cracking video. Yeah, mate. It is. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? It is just unreal. Do you know what? There's so much of it here because there's so many dogs. There's so many huskies. There's so many huskies. Like honestly, the husky piss is insane. It's absolutely mental. So look, let's get through it. Look, mate, you're gone because I really just can't be bothered to deal with that sort of shit tonight. So look, where are we? So look, Amorim did his conference today. I'm just going to start off and say this: Amorim today, I loved what he did today. I watched the conference quite a few times today, and I absolutely loved what he did today, and what he said today. I thought it was fantastic today. I really liked what he did. I liked what he said today. I thought Amorim today was on fire. Today, I really liked Amorim. Paul said, as a Villa fan of age 52, I've seen a few trophies when I was young, but 30 since Villa won a thing. No, look, Paul, I hope this season Villa can do something. What hotel are you stopping at? It's called Lapland something or other. I can't remember what it's called. It's called Lapland Village or something like that. It's called. It is amazing. So what I'm going to prefix this with today is that Amorim today was on form. Amorim was just today. Amorim, I really liked what he did today. Amorim today, I liked it. It was the first time in a long time that I actually liked what he said. Some things that I didn't, the Bruno Fernandes stuff, not saying that I didn't like the Fernandes stuff because he said it. I just, look, go out west to Wales on the Cardigan this week. I'm going down to Swansea for New Year. I'll be down in South West Wales in a week or two. So look, I'm in today. I really liked the press conference today. I liked some of the things that he said, and we will go through that. Some of the things that he didn't, but what I liked the most today was the press. The press today, fuck off. The press today. I mean, Kobbie Mainoo again. This is the Kobbie Mainoo show. The press for me today are embarrassing. You've got so many questions to ask, and you're asking about Kobbie Mainoo. I mean, look, whatever we feel about him, I'm not going to really talk about him now because it is the Kobbie Mainoo show. But there's a couple of things that I do have to say that I was really impressed with of how Amorim handled the Kobbie Mainoo thing, particularly the free Kobbie Mainoo stuff. I thought it was handled extremely well, actually. So look, let's get through it. It says, Merry Christmas, JB. Look, mate, Jamie, legend. Hope you're doing extremely well today, my friend. We are covered in snow here today. It is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I would be standing outside, but it's bloody freezing. And I've been sat up the side of a mountain today, so I'm bloody tired. So look, what did Amorim say? So Amorim basically said that Maguire and De Ligt are basically out still. So those two players are still out. The press basically asked about that. Amorim said, those two players are out. Now, De Ligt, I don't know what's going on with him. I think we need him back. I think it's going to be a massive miss for this game as well. So De Ligt for me is a concern. I really want him back. I really do. But I just don't know. And then of course the Kobbie Mainoo. So Jamie Fargo says 60 million for Antoine Semenyo. Look, we will come on to that because look, I was. If you've seen the community tab, basically I've been saying that. Scott says yes, JB. I've been saying to Scott all day. Look, I think this is a load of bullshit. I don't believe the spin. But what I've got to say is when Fabrizio comes on and starts talking, I listen, and I will go over that as well. I will go over what Fabrizio's been saying today, and look, Scott, I've got to basically give up, and I've got to basically say, look, we're going to see those tomorrow, Dino. We're going to go see the Northern Lights tomorrow. Scott did say about Semenyo before Fabrizio. I do want to talk about Semenyo actually because I've got some comments on that to make as well because I don't know where Semenyo fits. get rid of Mainoo on loan, and for me, Amrin has to be next out of the door. So look, I'm going to go in, and again, I'm going to continue with the conference and just say I liked what he did today. It made me like Amrin more today. It was one of those things where today I thought the press conference was one of his best. So basically asked on Mainoo, basically was saying about, look, asked about the t-shirt stuff. Now, I sort of had my opinion on this as well. And to be fair to many of you, I think you were probably correct in this. And look, I give my opinion based on my family, based on what sort of like I think. And I thought Amorim, whether this is true or not, I thought call me Scotty Romano to Scott. So one of the things that I like, Hugo Burger says hi, hello. One of the things that I liked about what Amorim said today is this: like, it wasn't him that wore the shirt. Asked if Maine would come into the office to talk to him, he basically said no. And he said, look, he said that he will not pick or not drop him. Hugo Burger says, you're quite handsome. Thanks. I've been called worse, but thank you. He basically said, look, Kobbie Mainoo would not be picked or dropped based upon what was put on a t-shirt. Agree with it completely. Now, I think if it was Fergie, would have handled it in a different way. So I am sorry. Very, very happily married as well. So, what can I say? We'll love what you do, my brother, and you and your family have a wonderful holiday. Thank you, my friend. So, I like what he said here. I like what he said on this one. Amorim, I like what he said. He didn't avoid the question. He basically said, I'm not going to pick him because of what his brother said. It's not going to impact it. And I like that. Amorim's a very, very emotional guy, but I really like that today. If you're ever divorced, I'll take you on a date. Well, it's not going to happen, I'm afraid, but thank you anyway. It's always nice to have like a backup option, so thank you. I sort of like that today. He didn't come to NYC. I might at some point, maybe I will. Also, from what I've heard, Bruno is supposed to be going. So Scott, yeah. So this is what I wanted to talk about as well, Scott. We can talk about that as well. But look, I really like what Amorim said on that today. So the fact that he's not going to, whether it's true or not, I did like that. We'll go over Villa slightly. So he's basically saying, look, Villa are a good team. He was asked whether or not Villa can win the league. He basically said, look, they're a good team, whether or not, the coach is good, very, very experienced, very, very mature team, whether or not they can compete and sustain that, which I think is correct. Basically, it was then, the comment was then made, that City have only scored more goals than us, but we have conceded a lot of goals. And he said that he basically just needs to get the balance between goals and defence right. Fine, who cares? And then he was then asked a bit again about the Kobbie Mainoo again. So this press is fucking me off. Scott says, I like the idea of Semenyo, but I don't think it's a necessary player to get in the January window. And we need a centre back. And Scott, mate, I'm with you on that. Completely. That is where I'm at. I will go on about that as well. Can you think of a sporting reason for Semenyo to choose United as a club of the next move of his career? I can do, and I'll give you my view, and you're not going to like the view, but I will. Is that Semenyo? So today, look, let's just go into it. TJ says, I think Ruben, Wilcox and Ravel and Barrett are working together on the master plan. TJ, they're not, mate. It's called a scattergun approach. Look, TJ, I would love for you to be right, but it's called a scattergun approach, because I should tell you why it is. Because when you need a CM, when you need two CMs, right, is that why would you go for a C? Why would you go for a number 10 or a winger when you need CMs? It's a scattergun approach. It is a load of nonsense. TJ, do not believe this thing. Do not believe the hype. It is a load of crap. Look, there are certain people. Look, let's go through it, right? Ruben, inexperienced, needs more experience. I want him to stay. I like what he said today, but inexperienced. Wilcox, who the fuck's Wilcox? Like, people keep thinking that Wilcox is this fucking, like, major player. He's not. He literally was at City as a youth team coach, Southampton as whatever he was there. He's inexperienced. But Vavell, on the other hand, yes, fine. And Omar was City's, wasn't he? He was a C something O, and he wasn't even that good there either. So look, yeah, it is absolutely not the best in class. It is just. DJ says, what pees me off is we're interested in Bob and his dog. I guess they thought only forwards this summer would change our fortunes and we needed other positions. Brad says, but Bob's good and dog can keep the ball well. We need a solid back four, make us hard to beat when we build. We've seen the young kid in our academy being compared to Beckham. I can't remember his name, but yes, so let's just go on to the Semenyo thing first. And he says, Merry Christmas, my friend. I hope you enjoyed your special day, my friend. Look, Andrew, legend, my friend. Look, I'm in the midst of snow. Amazing, my friend. So thank you. So let's get on to the Semenyo thing. Now, I've basically said, look, I've been basically saying that the Semenyo thing is a bunch of crap. Spin. Look, until it happens, I'm going to still be on that bus. I still think it is a bit of spin. But look, Fabrizio talks, and when Fabrizio talks, I listen. We listen. So Fabrizio basically today I'm going to read off my napkin. Is basically Fabrizio Romano basically has said this, that that the contract is going to be 65 million, so 60 plus 5. Is valid until the 10th of next month. Now the contenders, there are 4 contenders on this. So Liverpool have not entered into negotiations yet. Spurs are not advanced at all. It's between United and City. City need a winger, but United are fully involved in this. So it's almost a case of, at the moment, when you're looking at everything around it, whether I like it, whether I want it to happen or not, Semenyo actually looks like he is the front runner for us. Now, I've been holding off on this. I've not been like everybody else. Like every single day, we've been banging on that Semenyo door, trying to get your clicks, right? I don't do that, right? But even I have to acknowledge right now that United seem to be in for Semenyo. Now, to give Scott in chat is dues. Scott has been saying to me for a while that this, I've just been spin. Now look, I'm still going to verge on the spin stuff because I know what we are as a club, but I don't get it. I don't get Semenyo. I just don't get it. Look, I just don't get it. We need CMs, centre backs, and we're going after a Semenyo. It terrifies me. It terrifies me because we need CMs. What are we going to do? Like if Semenyo comes and wants to be a wing back, fine. But I'm asking you guys, where does Semenyo fit into this team? Cunha, Fernandes. I think, for me, if Semenyo comes in, I think Cunha goes up front. Cunha may be that second striker for Šeško, but then we've got another number 10. I don't get it. I don't. I just, can you remember who played for both Villa and United before Sunday's action? Sancho, Dwight York, Sancho, Dwight York, Bosnich played as well. Paul McGrath as well. Paul McGrath played for United, got sacked for boozing. Sancho, Dwight York, Bosnich, maybe some more people as well, but yeah. I will come on to that as well. Neves, would he have to take a pay cut to come to United? And look, I will come on to that because I've mentioned Neves as well on here. I've got pelters for that as well. But look, Neves, look, I'm going to say this, urge on the side of caution, because don't forget, we've got Villa on Sunday, then we've got Newcastle at home, Boxing Day. What happens if we lose those two games? That's all I'm saying. Just be careful of the spin, because we could go into a patch now where we've just drawn a game. We could be losing the next two games. So I just think let's just be careful. And look, Ruben Neves, so Jamie, look, I like the player. Would he have to take a pay cut? Yes. Because he's getting paid what? £500,000 a week? 100% would have to take a pay cut. There's no way that we would even pay a percentage of that. I mean, if we did, we'd have to pay a 30-odd%. I mean, we couldn't go anything more than 150k a week. So what we're talking, 30%? We couldn't go anything more than that. So look, I would be happy with, Jamie, I'd be absolutely stunned. I'd be stunned if we sign players. So look, maybe we are doing something different. I just don't right now see it. But look, even I have to acknowledge when Fabrizio talks Semenyo, and look, I've been holding off on this. I've been holding off on this all day. Whether or not I am behind the channels, I just refuse now, right this second, to go live and shit. What I just think is just a load of bollocks. But Fabrizio has been the one that's been talking today, and when Fabrizio talks, I listen. Hence, that's why I'm talking about it now. But look, whether or not Semenyo signs, I don't get it. Why spend £60 million plus 5 on another fucking number 10? I don't get it. We need. I said, look, unless this club, I've been saying this now for quite some time, unless this club is going to back him, right? Unless this club gets Semenyo and then go get a Anderson, goes and get centre midfielders in the summer, what's the point? I think United, their tactic is basically go and get attackers and try to score goals to get us into Champions League. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Unless Ruben is going to go for a 4-3-3. Is this what his plan is? Is this what his plan is? Is basically to go to a 4-3-3. And I think if we go for the Semenyo signing, I think this is where we're going to go. I think we're going to go to a 4-3-3. And I don't know, look, give me your opinion. Let me get through the chat and then we'll go through the rest of the press conference. Let's have a little look. Who was the top UFC fighter? I don't know. The ownership has been current players has made me completely indifferent to everything for the first time ever, and I'm 40 years old. As Casemiro misses out, who will replace him as either Ugarte or Mainoo? Thomas, I think Mainoo. I think Mainoo has to play. He'll be having a white Christmas and not. But that's true. Will Tottenham sack Frank? I think if Frank goes through Christmas and has a really bad Christmas, yes, they'll be right. He's squinting down the napkin up for Bruno. We'll get on to Bruno Fernandes. Says all I want to say tonight's glory to Man United. Can you remember? Yep. Ruben Neves has done that. Massive entitlement ego. I wanted to go over that as well. Plays Keane and Amorim are correct in the way it's reflection of the leadership in place have no respect. Don't forget Lindelof. Exactly. How could I forget that? What bugs me is if we keep buying African players, one day it will be African, South America's worlds, and we'll not have a team. Did you see the friendly game against Vietnam? No, I didn't. But even an awesome game from Borussia Dortmund at the moment. Dino is found out why JB's in Finland. He's fighting polar bears. So I am. I'm smashing them up, mate. What can I say? Do you ever wear sorry for JB listening to chess in the background? Oh, Christmas songs. It was absolutely crazy. ABBA next. Happy New Year with beer. But honestly, Thomas, no idea what's going on. All I know these endless rumours. Hello, my child. Hello. I'm out of here. Scandinavia brings back too many boozy memories. The shirt is class. Thanks, mate. I love this shirt. It's amazing. Trafford Borough, not Manchester. Okay, cool. So look, let's get into the other parts of the press conference as well. Just going to refer back to the napkin as it was. So we did that. Kobbie Mainoo. Yeah, and again asked about Kobbie fucking Mainoo again. I mean, basically he said, look, he said he's played well. And if he plays him, he's going to come in. He's not going to be influenced by anything else outside of that. And he said that Kobbie Mainoo played well. And basically, let's just see if Kobbie Mainoo starts. Let's get on to the next bit. Yeah, cool. And then he was asked about Bruno Fernandes. Oh, Bruno fucking Fernandes. I mean, look, I'm just going to talk about Bruno Fernandes. And all I'm going to say on this is, look, whatever we think, whatever, just Amorim loves him. Now, I know people really, really love Bruno Fernandes. For the last 5-6 years, look, there is no doubt Bruno Fernandes been probably the best player at this club. But the defence by this manager of Bruno Fernandes, John says, don't want to say it, but Villa will win 4-0. We are at a tripe. I'll give you my prediction as well. Basically saying that Bruno Fernandes, basically saying that, when he did the interview was with the Portuguese team, he made the club aware. I think that's a load of shit. They're basically saying that he's different to everybody. Bruno Fernandes is a special player, and then he was asked about whether or not Bruno, he feels that he gives more to the club than everybody else, and doesn't think it's true. And basically, everyone said he's just a special player. I mean, look, I get it. We've got to look back on what people saying about Scotty Mac and McTominay. You look at what he's doing now. McTominay was a younger guy, admittedly. Bruno Fernandes has been great, but this obsession with Bruno Fernandes, your sound is cooked. Yes, I know it is. I know it is not great. Look, I'm literally doing my best tonight. I'll see if this helps. I don't know. There's not a lot that I can do tonight, purely because I'm out and about tonight, so I can only do what I can. So he said, when he said I can pass side to side backwards, then I mix it up, mate. We know the quality you have. You're 31. Now grow up and mix it up. I don't disagree with that, Sully. Your sound is bad. It's very hard Look, there's not a lot that I can do about the sound. Tonight I'm doing my best. Let me know if that works. Yeah, I'm doing my best tonight. There's not much that I can do about the sound tonight. Yeah, there's not a lot. So look, Bruno Fernandes, the Bruno Fernandes debate is going to rumble on. But I think what is obvious and what is clear to me is that whatever we think about him, thanks Scott. So what is clear to me on Bruno Fernandes is that Amorim loves him. I have to acknowledge what a manager sees in a player is different to us. What Amorim sees in Bruno Fernandes is different to us. And ultimately, I'm asking, well, I'm not asking you guys, I'm telling you guys my opinion on it. And I'm saying that I want to give the manager time. I am Amorim in, so therefore I can't be a hypocrite. If Amorim wants Bruno Fernandes in his team as an 8, fine. Whether I agree with it or not, I can't be a hypocrite and say that I want to back him, I want him in, but I don't want this place. And look, I don't want him in this club. Sick and tired of him. I want him sold tomorrow. But Ruben Amorim likes Bruno Fernandes. So look, if that's what he wants, and I think many of us have said this as well, is that Amorim's going to live and die on that decision. He's come out today and spoken about him today, and look, that's on him. That is on him. When I watch his games and I see these games, Bruno Fernandes is not for me, but Ruben's going to have to own that one. Again, I can't keep going over the same debate on this player. Fernandes for me is just not the guy. But look, Ruben just called him a special player. He wants him. That's up to him. That is totally up to him. So look, that's on him. So let me go through this. Done that. Liverpool better. Just saying. You can say whatever you want, mate. Rio back in it as well. Just excuses I hear from Bruno. Don't even hate on him in the 10. One of the best, if not the best, as Chaz says, up the pool. We have no chance. We're levels above United. Won't even be close. But James, mate, you're not going to hear any argument from me. Aston Villa are a fantastic team, James. I absolutely am rooting for Villa, by the way. Not in the game, but I'm rooting for Villa to win the league this season. Danny, big up Danny. I'm rooting for us to win, but I'm also rooting for Villa throughout the season to win. If we can't win the league, Villa would be fantastic. The only thing, James, I will say is that, look, do I think that you're a better team than us? Yes. Do I think that we can beat anybody on our day? Yes. So all I'm saying, James, to you is, look, Villa should win. That's a fact. If you're looking at form, looking at home record, Villa haven't lost at home in 35 matches. Fantastic team this season. Won 7 out of 9. Won 7, 8 on the bounce. Villa having a fantastic season. But these games come along where the team who's unfancied wins it. Right? I'm not saying that will happen, James, but look, when you say that it's not even close, this is a very, very competitive league, James. So look, you're probably right. But just all I'm going to say to you is, like, I've had many people on here talk in the past, and it comes back to bite them on the arse. So look, I'm not saying that you're wrong, James, but let's see. Do you think United will win against Villa on Sunday night? Are you staying for Christmas? No, I'm coming back on the 22nd, my friend. I will be back on the 22nd, so no, I'm here till Monday, I think it is. So yeah, and then I'll be probably back on stream on Monday, to be fair, my friend. Do I think United will win against Villa on Sunday night. Andrew, I've got to be honest, and I'm going to say no. No, I don't. I don't, mate. I don't. I think, sadly, I think we lose. Andrew, the most frustrating thing for me is this, right? Is that Aston Villa could have almost been a free hit. I don't want to lose to any team. That's a fact, right? I don't want to lose to any team at all. I hate predicting a loss, and I basically want to win every single game. I demand that we win the league every single season, but it's not going to happen, right? We should, if we'd have beaten Everton, West Ham, Bournemouth at home, those are the games that we needed to win to allow us to have a free hit in these games, right? Because of we've been crap in those games, we have to go to, people don't get this, we have to go to Aston Villa, who won 7 on the bounce, who've not lost at home in 35 games. Are we going to beat them? No. Look, this team is capable of anything at all. This game will not be a draw. This game will either be something like a 2-1 to us, a 3-1 to Villa. This game is not going to be a draw. It's got Aston Villa. Look, I think this is going to be an Aston Villa win. I hate predicting it, but again, I'm not going to be one of these people who's going to be pumped up now. Come on, United! Look, I want us to win, but I can't stand these players. I can't stand them. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't stand them until they're consistent. I can't stand them. Ruben again talks a fantastic game, right? I want him to stay, but I also need to see more from him as well. Until we start to put a run of games together, or we can slip. If we go and beat Villa, Newcastle at home, and then we've got Leeds, Wolves as well. Look, if we can win those games, but how many times have we said this in the last 4 or 5 games? We've been shocking, been absolutely awful. So no, I think we lose. Rodgers is one of the best players in the league at the moment. You still have dangerous players and you're always a threat, but your defence, and yeah, James, I don't disagree, my friend. I think we've got a good chance, my friend. Finland, watch along? No, because I don't have anywhere to watch the game, mate. I would love to, but I don't have anywhere to watch the game, so no. I will be watching the game. I will do my match reaction to the game, but I won't be watching the game live purely because there is nowhere to watch the game. Nakabura says hi, hello. Fernandes says hello, mate. Shut your channel down. No, I don't think I will, mate. SDRP, no, don't think I will, my friend. No. Thanks though. Daisley says hi, hello. Uganda fan here. Welcome, my friend. Beans and Toast says good to see you, JB. Beans, good to see you, my friend. So look, and again, the next part of the conference was Kobbie. There was again the third question on the main situation. This media needs to fuck off. I can't stand this media. Look, this media is just pathetic. Asking, and again, the thing that bugs the shit out of me. These people are allowed to go into a conference and they hound this coach, whether people like it or not. If you are trying to prepare for a game and you go into someone else's house and you're basically pissing on the walls, pissing on the floor, pissing on the carpet, Amorim needs to just chuck them out. Fuck them off. Like, chuck these idiots out. I would give them 3 strikes and out. The third question on Kobbie Mainoo, they need to fuck off. Because I get it. But be funny if AJ Scott, mate, if AJ gets his ass handed to him tonight, mate, it will be hilarious. AJ, like, I think that fight against Paul is an absolute joke. You know, if you look at those guys standing like side to side, it is not even a contest. If AJ, look, I think that fight is scripted. Unless AJ walks in there and punches him straight out, it's a fix. I don't care what anybody says. You can tell me that Paul is boxed now for like 3 years straight, 4 years straight, right? I mean, fucking hell. I mean, AJ. I know AJ is a complete tool, right? I get it, right? But at the end of the day, AJ's been in there and beaten some really good people. I'm personally not the biggest fan of AJ, but look, AJ should absolutely be hammering this prick. If anything other than a battering tonight, and it's embarrassing. If AJ doesn't beat him tonight, and I mean batter him, retire, because there's no point. It'll be fucking pathetic. It will just be pathetic. Bean says Amrin is in 100%. I have seen enough. Give Amrin time and transfers will be back and trust the process. Beans, like, I'm with you. I'm Amrin in. I have been just since Grimsby, since, look, it doesn't mean to say that I'm happy with the things that he does. It doesn't mean to say that I'm always happy with the things that he said. This conference to me today was good. This conference today for me was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. The Bruno Fernandes stuff, not so great, but how he handled the Kobbie Mainoo stuff, I thought was fantastic. Really, really impressed with that today. So the next thing, he was basically asked about the leadership group, right? And he was basically asked along the lines of, like, you've got this leadership group in place now, and should they be handling some of the things that you said that you shouldn't be handling, right? And basically he said, no, I still handle it. Basically saying that the Kobbie Mainoo thing should be handled in-house by the leadership team, right? I mean, would you want Bruno Fernandes? Would you want any of these players handling Kobbie Mainoo? I mean, fuck off, like, no chance. Would you want this leadership group handling the Kobbie Mainoo stuff? No, absolutely not. So this media again, I just don't get it. I mean, Amrin did say, look, there's been nobody come to his door and asked things. So look, I think how he's handled that, I think there is an issue with Kobbie Mainoo right now. I think he can go one of 2 or 3 ways. I think Amrin is actually being hounded here, and I actually think Kobbie Mainoo, I think Amrin is actually handling it pretty well. And I will go on to the next part because I do think he's actually made some fantastic points. Let's go through some of the chats. There's been videos of that a few has been in the gym with Jake helping him to prepare. I mean, Scott, it doesn't matter. Mate, I don't care if Tyson was in there with him. AJ should be absolutely smashing him all day long. It doesn't matter. If Jake Paul wins this, AJ will be the laughing stock. Well, considering he beat Ngannou, last year? Yeah. You know these players that Amrin has got rid of, any of them really done really well with McTominay, but it's Napoli. I think McTominay has done well. You could argue Rashford is doing okay, but no, Rob James, I agree with you, mate. I think Rasmus is doing okay, but if we're talking about people being sold, Amrin didn't get rid of McTominay. He didn't get rid of him. That wasn't one of his ones. So the McTominay thing is not on him. That is on Ten Hag, I think it was, wasn't it? That's why I think you have to trust him with many. And Rob, and this is what I've said. I can't be Amorim in, and then say I don't trust him. So if I'm Amorim in, and Amorim wants Bruno Fernandes, and Amorim wants Mainoo to leave, That's on him. If those are the decisions that he makes, those are on him. I will support it if that's what he wants to do, but they are on him. And if they get him sacked, he's got nobody to blame. He's no Wayne Rooney or Owen. True, he's got Rashford out, Sancho for a start. McTominay would be West Ham midfield in the Prem. He does well in Serie A. The Prem Moore would be bang average. AJ has as a glass door though, that's true. Like 2 or 3 in the morning. Need to send a text to see Man about dog. United have got rid of loads of managers over the years and got nowhere. That's why this should be given time. It's true, Rob. I agree with you completely, mate. I absolutely think that Amber needs to be given time. Rob. If we sack a coach again, what have we learned, Rob? Rob, mate, I think you're making some fantastic points. What's the point? If we sack him again, if we sack yet another coach, well, so look, the Semenyo stuff, oil for City, mate, no worries at all, my friend. If United get Semenyo, whether or not I think he's the wrong player, they've backed him. So, I think that as much as I'm still sceptical, and as much as I still think it's spin, I will say this, I will still take it with a pinch of salt. I think that they're going to back him. Bring back Fergie, they said. Well, I don't get it. So the last one I wanted to say before I go is Amorim's comments on the youth. Absolutely, I thought was right. So talking about Obi and Amas. Obi and Amas made some comments this week about how they weren't the best things to say. I'm going to go for a United win over Villa. No doubt Mainoo will score. Have a good Christmas. Thank you, my friend, and I really hope so as well. He basically said that Amas and Obi were entitled. I'm not basically talking about them necessarily, he was, but basically saying that all United players or all these young players are entitled and don't understand what it is to play for this club. Fucking spot on. I mean, probably one of my favourite things that he's actually said, and I will come on to that as well, because it's there's things that have pissed me off about that, by the way. Rasmus is a little overrated. He plays in Serie A in a Napoli side that is top of the average league. In the Prem, Rasmus would have been an Everton striker. Again, Beans, I don't disagree. I want Rasmus to do well, and if it means he goes to another league and he's doing well, that's fine. Guess who? It's her birthday on Tuesday. It's on Tuesday. So look, what's pissed me off really slightly on this is this. Amorim in the conference the last time basically was called out by channels. Of course they fucking do, right? These big channels going, oh, Amorim has slated the youth. Amorim's done this to the youth. No, he hasn't. He didn't. Amorim did not slaughter the youth. Amorim didn't go in on the youth. He basically made some comments on the youth that I thought were correct. He's got asked the question again, and he's done the same thing again. But the funny thing is now, the same channels are not commenting on that, because guess what? I actually probably think that what he said today was worse than what he said the previous week. But what he said today actually wasn't bad at all. He's talking the fucking truth. And what annoys me is these fucking channels, again, they call him out to serve a clickbait shit. And what he said the previous conference about these young players on loan, basically not playing these young players, was correct. Was right. He didn't say anything bad about them, but because now that he's saying things about these same players that these channels they've been saying, they're not calling him out now, when actually what we probably said yesterday was worse. It's actually worse, because he called them entitled and basically said that they don't understand what it means to play for a club. They've got the world at their feet, and there's an entitlement that they play for this club. It just bugs the shit out of me. There is no consistency, and there's no wonder this fan base is spun around. When you've got channels 1 week saying, Amorim, he's saying that he fucking hates these youth players. He's saying that these youth players are shit. Fucking hates them. Oh, you fucking shit. And then the next week he probably says something worse, which is not bad, by the way. And those same people, because he basically then says what they've been saying, they're fucking quiet. It just baffles me. The consistency is fucking baffling. I didn't think what he said last week was bad. I thought what he said this week was fucking spot on about these young players. They're entitled. Kobbie and Amas. All I'm saying is this: you're two young men. You ain't as good as you think you are. You need to get your head down. And Amorim is absolutely right. You are entitled. Entitled young men who think that you basically have made it. Not a single. Thanks, Kimmy. Legend shirt. Oh, I love this shirt, by the way. The shirt is absolutely But what gets better than this? This shirt and the snow. I mean, that's just. That shirt is just. The shirt, the snow, unreal. So look, I think these young players, they think that when they play for this club, at any point, that they think that they made it. In this club, you are only as good as your last game. That's a fact. This club has become so entrenched in being a mediocre club. Hey buddy, hello friend. This club has been so entrenched in mediocre players that now players think that they've made it when they play 10 games. People think that they've become a legend of this club because they play 150 games, right? You're only as good as your previous game. And these young players, like your OBs and an MS, they basically need to shut up. They need to be surrounded by people. Like I want to support the youth. I am a big fan of youth. I've been saying this for the longest time. I don't want these youth players to get burnt. I want these youth players to come into the squad and be surrounded by a leader. But also at the same time, these youth players have to know they haven't, just because they played a game at this club, they've not made it. And Amorim is at 100% right. These players have become entitled, and this is the problem that we've got at this club. And he's just exposed it, and I love him for it. I think his conference today for me was one of the best that he's ever done. The way he handled the main thing today, the way he handled the press, and then to just chef's kiss, was that the entitlement comment today is right. It's right. If you think that you've made it after 2 games, piss off. Piss off. Bean says trust the INEOS process. Their recruitment and backroom staff changes have been very good. Trust the process that Bean's made. I disagree. Look, I respect your opinion. I'm not disagreeing with your opinion. I disagree, Beans, completely. I think INEOS's approach is scattergun. I think they're buying youth to sell. I don't think they've got a clue what the fuck they're doing. Look, I will come round to that thinking if INEOS go and buy him some players. If INEOS go and buy him some players, agreed. But look, let's be clear on this. And again, people are forgetting all about this because people are now talking about Semenyo, people are talking about Neves. people talk about all sorts of shit and stuff, right? Q1 results, we lost £8 million. Where do we get the money from? Now, if we get money, if they buy players now, summertime, we don't buy, we will buy less players. The only way we buy players now is because we bring the money forward. There's not enough cash there to buy Semenyo now and then go and spend another 200 million then. It's not going to happen. So I think what people need to realise, and Beans, mate, you can believe exactly what you want to believe. I don't believe the spin. I know what INEOS are. I know what Sir Jim is. This recruitment side is inexperienced, have no fucking idea what they're doing, and their recruitment is on point for that. Now, if we get Semenyo, right, why? Why? I mean, it's just poor. We need a centre midfielder. Why aren't we buying another number 10? Like, Semenyo is no doubt for me is a fantastic player, but why are INEOS and the recruitment team sanctioning a Semenyo signing? It makes no sense. It's a fucking recruitment. Or are they going to sign him because of the AFCON? It makes no sense. So look, things. If that's your opinion, mate, I will respect it completely. Right? I'm not here to try to change your mind. I'm not here to call that opinion out. But I do not understand the Semenyo thing. I just don't get it, mate. I can't believe I just joined and someone in the comments telling us to trust the tax budget process. Look, Johnny, you know, mate, this is the one thing about this channel, right? Is everybody can have their view, right? We don't have to agree. Like, I don't agree with Beans on toast, but I will give him his view because everybody has their opinion. I'm with you. I disagree with it. I can't stand INEOS. I think they are pathetic. I think INEOS are lightweight. I think they have no fucking idea what the hell they're doing. But you know, there are people out there who believe in them, and that's fine. The INEOS process is to remove our best young players and keep the shit. Shaw, Mount, Delow, Maguire, and Johnny, mate. I think you're right. You know, there's talk of giving Casemiro a brand new contract. If they give Casemiro a new deal, look, imagine this. I just want to bring this up, right? Is that imagine this thing, right? They buy Semenyo, right? So they buy another number 10, and they keep Casemiro. I mean, what identity is that? Is Amorim going to go to a 4-3-3? The only way Semenyo makes sense to me is if they go to a 4-3-3. That's the only way that it makes sense to me. Someone says, good evening to you, good to see you have icicles. Hopefully thought that, yeah, mate, I'm indoors. I mean, you know, look, let me show you, look. Take it off this side. Look. I mean, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Look at that tonight. It's been a bit, yeah, I mean, look, it's there's not a lot that I can do tonight. Taz, mate, there is not a lot that I can do. You know, Mick says, why a 4-2-3? Well, because Semenyo, where does Semenyo is a wide player. Semenyo is not a number 10, really. Semenyo is not a wing back. Semenyo is a wing player. So why would you have Semenyo in Bumo? Why would you have Mount, Ahmad, Cunha? So you basically Xerxes, and you basically got seven number 10s. It makes no sense. So the only way it makes sense to me is if you basically then have Semenyo on the left maybe Ahmad on the right, and Bruno on the right. You play Cunha down the middle with maybe Bruno Fernandes, a Kobbie in there as well. I don't understand, unless Semenyo is going to play a wing back, then why buy him as a wing back? It makes no sense. Semenyo to me makes zero sense, because who's not going to play as a 10? Mason Mount will not get sold because he can't be sold. Ahmad is not going to get sold. Cunha has just joined. He's not going to get sold. And Bruno is not going to get sold. He's just joined. So why? No, he is. But where's he going to play? My only comeback to that is, where's he going to play? He's a left winger, a left forward, a striker, basically, right? He's not a natural striker. He can play as a left winger, a left forward player. We only play number 10s. Right now, we only play number 10s. If we go to a 4-3-3, it makes sense, because you can go as a left wide. But in these number 10s, the reason it doesn't make sense in the way that we play now is because we've got so many number 10s. Like, what is Mason? Mason Mount is going fucking nowhere. Ahmad, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Look, I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's a great player. I would love him in this team, but I don't get where he's going to play. I know where he plays when the players go to an AFCON. I get that. When the AFCON players go, fine, I get that. But then when they all come back, I don't get it. He says in sport, and Amorim played a winger in one of the wing-back positions and a full-back in the other. He won't be playing a 10. I don't think my opinion. And you could be right. Look, I'm not coming back on your opinion. I promise you, I'm not calling you wrong. I'm still learning about the Amorim way as well, right? But the only thing that I'm thinking about is, will Semenyo sign as a wing or wing-back type? Like that, you could well be right. You could 100, or you could be spot on. My only thing here is that will Semenyo do that? And if Semenyo is happy, look, I'll take him. Look, imagine if you're right. Imagine having Semenyo as a wing back type, Cunha, and Bruno, Ahmad on that side, Shesko up front. It would be terrifying. So look, if Semenyo comes, right, and Amorim's going to deploy him as that left winger or wing back position, and he wants to play it, do it. I just want it to make sense to me. But look, if that is the case, brilliant. You know, look, I'm up for it. I just want us to sign him. As long as we sign him to do something, then I just think it will be absolutely fantastic. So look, you know, I really hope that you're right. Johnny Hill says, have you seen Bruno's interview with Rio as well? He's essentially said that he's a risk taker and doesn't plan to change or improve his weaknesses in the midfield. Johnny, I did see that, and Bruno Fernandes can fuck off. Look, I've got no time. Genuinely got no time for Bruno Fernandes. I can't stand him. No, I'm gonna pop outside so you guys can come with me. I've just, Johnny, look, Fernandes for me, simple as this. I want him gone. Right? I know people love him. Right? I get it. I'm not disputing that Fernandes is a goal scorer, a stat padder, and all that shit. We have to change. Our era as a club has to change. Bruno Fernandes is not a captain to me, and the only way that we take that captaincy off him is if he goes, right? But Amorim adores him. he's not going to go anywhere. That is on the manager, Johnny. It doesn't mean that I've got to agree with him. I don't agree with him, and I think the fact that he basically said that he's a risk-taking player and he doesn't plan to change. And Bruno Fernandes is putting his own playing style ahead of this club. Fuck off! Like, I've got no time. I've got no time for managers, players, owners who put themselves and their own ambitions before this club. Piss off. Look, I don't care. Like, Bruno Fernandes, if Amorim plays him in a 10, then that's fine. But Ruben, this is on you now, mate. Like, you've got your captain talking to Rio. What the fuck is Rio doing? But that's up to him. You've got your captain telling you that he's basically a risk taker and not going to change. Piss off then, Bruno. Like, it's just, Bruno Fernandes is just absolutely just pissing me off right now. I know people love him. I've said this, Amorim is going to live and die on the decision of what he does with Bruno Fernandes, and that is completely on him. Sometimes the Villa game will be tough. That Semenyo will cost it 60. Apparently we're chasing Neves for 20 to replace Mainoo and Dorgu. Whether this is true, I don't know. If we're going to spend 20 million on a player, I'd rather have him replace Ugarte. Edward says, hi, you look like somebody who works at PwC. Was that your husband? Mate, I don't really know why people are obsessed about why, people, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter what you think I am. I really couldn't care. Has no impact on me. Kit. That won't be his only position. He might play 10 at times, and the wing back row. And looking at if Ruben, my only comment here is this: as long as if Semenyo joins, Semenyo plays in the first team alongside a Cunha, Shesko, etc., then that's fine. I just don't want us to waste a position. But I'm still adamant on this. We need centre midfielders. But look, that's not on us. I'm going to say this now. Unless we get centre midfielders, I just don't know. Do you remember something about MU CSK 3-3? Probably quite some years ago now, my friend. So look, guys, I'm going to go. It is 3 minutes past 12 here. I see you've chipped all the ice off you from last night. You look frozen. Mate, I was absolutely cold. It was absolutely freezing my balls off last night. But look, and today went on this amazing walk. I'm in your head now. I'm in your head. I'm in your head. I'm in your head. I'm in your head. City should be on minus 30 points. It's not up to us, is it? Really? Look, the City thing to me is, look, there's no point really, is there? Whatever the FA or whatever the Premier League do, whatever the sport of, whatever the court of arbitration does, that's on them. But we can't spend our lives waiting for the 115. Like, the chances are nothing's going to happen now. So nothing we can really do, is it, really, on that subject. So guys, I'm going to go. It's been fantastic to be back tonight with our squad for the Villa game. Summer, I can't picture the fans singing "This is the way to Hammerville." Subscribe. Thanks, matey. I appreciate that, Mr. Nortley. Thank you, my friend. Look, it's such a simple thing to do, to like, favourite, and subscribe. it means so much to me. I can't even express to you. One person just blows my mind. So look, thank you. And it doesn't go. It's not something that I take for granted. Every person that subscribes and you come on here, you comment. It's just fantastic. So you're looking at, and this is why I'll read out the comments, because I think it's important for you guys to have your opinion. And if I kind of talk on your opinion, it's not because I'm calling you out, it's just because we talk about stuff. I learn from you guys as well, and we just talk through stuff. So look, I'm very, very fortunate to have you guys here. Guys, you guys are amazing, and you guys are just fantastic. So look, this is Simon says this is always a great and fun stream. Look, guys, it's only as good because you guys are fantastic. And it says, until the Glazers leave, any in the club will suffer, unfortunately, at the expenses of the name or the juices are squeezed out the club. Agree with you, my mates. Completely agree with you. Until those parasites are gone, this club is going to be absolutely drained. Sadly, But look, guys, I'm going to go. It is 12 o'clock here. I'm going to go have a sleep for another fun-filled day tomorrow in the snow. It's going to be another cold day, -10, I think it is tomorrow. I'm going to go and ride some reindeers. I'm going to play in the snow again. I will be putting some videos up as well because I've done some amazing things. It's been absolutely fantastic. So look, guys, thank you so much for being here. You guys are, I can't even express to you. You guys are amazing. I can't even just express to you guys that you are legends of this channel. Brilliant. So look, guys, I will be back tomorrow, probably at some point. I will be posting some videos up as well, just of all my things I've been doing here. So look, give them some likes. That would be fantastic. But look, guys, legendary. I love these shows. I love them. They're just my favourite shows to do. And you guys are just fantastic. Look, guys, I will be back tomorrow. Have a good rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm JB. This is the United Devil channel. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.